Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great Saturday and a great weekend. Well, today as you can see we are working on Harriet salt, and I don't have the particulars of what year, from Hands Across the Sea. It is a Bristol orphanage sampler, and actually Harriet Salt made two Bristol samplers while she was at the orphanage. They're in Ashley Downs, I think. So, yeah. And I'm starting in the lower left-hand corner. So, here we are. So, what's everybody up to? Hope everybody is having a great day. Yeah, yesterday sucked. It was kind of busy. I mean, there were good parts, and then there were horrible parts. Yeah. Oh, before I forget, I'm using Sulky, 140, where's it at? 147. Don't drop it, Laura. 147. It's kind of a Christmassy red. Kind of a dark Christmassy red. It's not so bright. And this is 28 count Mushroom Lugana from Zweigart that I got from 123 Stitch. So yeah, yesterday started out well. I had to run into town and pick up a few things and go to the post office. And what else did I do? I had to pick a couple things up for my daughter. And then I went home and I found out my hot water heater was out again. Yeah. So I turned around and went back to the, what do you call it? Hardware store to go and get, the parts for that. And my son-in-law came after work and put in the new thermocoupler again. So we'll see just what's happening. But we'll see. But he got it working. So yeah. I tried several times during the day to light it, and then he came and he got it lit, and he had something else he had to go do, and before he could get 5 minutes down the road, it had stopped again. So I didn't know what was wrong with it, but I bought the thermocoupler and he put it on, and so far so good. I don't know. It is what it is. So yesterday I worked on this for a little bit. And I worked a little bit on the cat with the fish. I don't know why I threaded 2 more needles, but I did. Oh, I wanted to show you something. Let me back out just a bit. And I wanted to show you how I use the wax, or thread conditioner, I should say, that I got from Kanita. So it has slits at the top, so I put it, there's no slit basically right here on the top, so I just put it through the hole, and I hold the thread with my thumb, and I pull out the needle with my right hand, because I'm right-handed, and you just drag it across the wax, And I do it 2 times, just so I make sure there's enough stuff on it, but it stops it from this gets a little wavy, you know, the closer you get to the center. And I'm about a third of the way through this spool. But it's real easy to use. You just use a single thread. So, yeah. That's how you do that. But I just wanted y'all to see that I was, you know, using my thread conditioner. I use it for the sulky more so than anything else. Sometimes I have a problem with DMC, but not very often. It just, sometimes I guess it depends on the weather. Oh, seriously. I got one too many. You have to go, I'm doing 1 thread over 2 thread, which means I'm using 1 thread of the sulky over 2 threads on the material. And since it's 28 count, that is an equivalent to 14 count. So no grand plans today. I don't know if it's going to rain or not, so I may or may not get to sit out on the porch. I can't say. But I am wearing my fuzzy pants today. It was a little chilly this morning, about 48, but it feels dampy. Just damp out there. I didn't work on, I did a little bit of diamond painting. Just a bit. A couple hours, like that spread out over 2 separate hours-ish. Just because I can't sit there that long, but I do like to diamond paint. Just every once in a while. It gives me something new and different to look at. Haven't heard from my daughter yet this morning, so I don't know what she's up to. Of course, now my son-in-law, he has to work today because they changed his schedule and everything, so he'll be off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, he's just thrilled sick. So, we'll see. They may or may not change it, because they're trying to hire another person to work out there. Oh, for pity's sake. I'm telling you, I'm so good here. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to thread the needle with this sulky. Now I'm using a 28 count needle though. We'll see how fast we get it threaded. This is what I wanted to avoid, was the threading of the needle. And of course there's no needle threaders for this. Oh, hell with it. that up there. I have one already threaded. Isn't that lucky? Jeez. I'll just leave that there and I'll fix it later. Perhaps. No, I'll fix it. I forgot I have to have one in between there. Watched a little bit of Game of Thrones. Man, that thing is... kind of bloody. I'm not liking that at all. But, like I said, I'd give it a chance. The story moves along a little bit, but, yeah. It's your basic royalty, let's stab everybody else in the back thing. But I have to let it evolve, so I just look the other way. There we go, finally. Wow. That took forever. I'm not used to doing this kind of stitching while I'm doing a video. Get rid of that thread. Thing I like about this one is you just do one motif after another. That's why I didn't want to start with letters, because, you know, heaven knows I've done enough letters for a while. So, and what do you call it? Louisa Cullimore is starting to get into the letters. So, yeah. I haven't worked on it or my other Bristol sampler. Whoop. Do not shine that light in my eye. But it seems like all I've done is letters for both of them. So, I'll get them. I'm about 2/3 of the way on Louisa Cullimore, and Bristol is the Hope and Love one. Not so much. I've gone all the way across, almost. I'm working on the last page for all the way across, so I got about 6 pages done of it. And Louisa Cullimore isn't nearly as wide, and I like it better. It's on... Hope and Love is on 16 count Country French Cafe Mocha from Witchlet. And, I like it well enough. It's just... We're just into numbers and letters, you know. I don't know, maybe I can go down instead of all the way across. But I'd like to finish the all the way across one. And then, you know, go from there. So, we'll see. We will see. But it's going to have lots of letters and numbers and all kinds of stuff. I don't really think, you know, today'd be a good day for some chili. It's almost just about that close being fall weather, you know? So maybe I'll get out some red chili. I got plenty of it in my freezer. Because that sounds kind of good. Wonder how my friend's doing on her cross stitch. I didn't hear back from her. So, whoops. Perhaps she's still working on it. It takes a hot moment, you know, to get used to doing cross stitch. You know, we think it's easy, but been doing it forever, so at least it's just one stitch, you know, so to speak. So you don't have to concentrate on anything other than making a cross. And it took me a hot moment to learn how to stitch on this, for pity's sake, 28 count, and even some days I have to really concentrate. So has anybody else got any plans for this weekend? Just asking. I know most people get Friday, Saturday off, but, you know, in a world that evolves 24/7, you know, it's... Not everybody has that schedule, you know. It's a whole different world than it was, you know. Trying to wrap that puppy out of my way. You know, in the 70s and 80s where everybody worked Monday through Friday, and yeah. Well, I'm sure there was a few out there that worked on weekends and stuff, but yeah. That thread is throwing me off, can you tell? It's just like in my face. I should have fixed it, but short of starting again. We're almost to the end edge. Like when I finish, there's another half one of these over here. So that'll be the first page, but I still got a bunch of stuff that goes down here. Not right there, but starting right in here that comes this way. So I thought it was much more interesting and so much easier. I mean, there's nothing to letters, but some of the letters are like 6/8 stitches across, and they're real thick, like Gothic letters, or what is that word? I can't think. They're kind of big and involved. They're not just single letters with a single line of cross stitch. So they're a little bit more involved, and they take about, for me, it takes about 20 minutes to do a letter on some of those bigger ones, and others I don't have that kind of problem at all. I was thinking of doing a showcase of all y'all's cross stitch, or what project you're working on, whether it be cross stitch or diamond painting, it doesn't matter. And have you not everybody has Instagram, so if you could email me. My email address is in the description below. Just a quick snapshot and of your the project that you're working on, and I'll put them. I don't know. I was trying to think of a place, maybe perhaps in my floss tube, like at the end of my floss tube, and put your name on it, because I can edit that all in, and just kind of share with everybody what you're working on. So send me a quick snapshot, of what you're doing, and in the description of the email, just say it's Harriet Salt, or I'm working on blah blah blah, or doesn't have to be counted, doesn't have to be pre-stamped or pre-stamped, counted, diamond painting, whatever you're working on. Send me just a quick snapshot, and I'll have your name on the email and quick description. And then I'll try to put them all into the floss tube, if that's all right with you, So, alright guys, I think that's going to be it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.